Alrighty, hello every folks, and good morning, welcome to a little bit of a thing that my friend mentioned, namely that every video that I make on OneVision has a tendency to last egregiously long, and they wanted to see if I could describe what the OneVision mod is to fans of the series in less than 5 minutes. Like, for those folks that have played, either PSP or Reborn or whatever else, and want to know specifically what it is that the mod does that people like about it so much without getting into an hour-long diatribe over all the various details. Side note, 100 things that OneVision does uniquely is coming up right after this. Anyway, with that said, yes, it's actually somewhat easy to describe even. So you know how around Chapter 2 of the PSP version, you have that moment before you get the Tier 2s of all of the passives, that moment when everything is so full of promise, when you just get your new crafted weapons and you're like, wow, all these weapons are going to have different debuffs on them, and we've got classes with interesting skills, and there's so much room in my skill list to go do stuff, before all the passives come and absolutely eat the utter existence of any possible hope or joy. Yeah, that's kind of what OneVision is. It takes that honeymoon period and just spreads it over the course of hundreds of hours, just continuously reinventing that feeling. That's what OneVision is, where you never get to the point of just stacking passives and stuff completely falling off for the purpose of, you didn't equip the right passive. I'm sorry, your spells don't work. What do you mean you don't have Spellcraft 3 or Spellcraft 4? Like, oh, I'm sorry, you got one shot. What do you mean you don't have Constitution? What, are you an idiot? Basically, you actually have enough room to do stuff with your skills. You never have to worry about passive stacking, and all of the roles that those particular things filled, which, Reborn essentially redid with cards, instead end up being served by equipment, which makes a lot more sense, because, hey, if you're going to be a bit more accurate, maybe that helmet that makes you see better is going to be a bit more sensible. Maybe if you want to hit harder, those gauntlets that'll protect your hands, allowing you to go into the strike a bit more, will make a bit more sense. And additionally, those kind of late-game moments of PSP, of skills that were supposed to counter stuff but didn't even remotely do that, also end up coming back and getting corrected as well. Those situations where, for example, you wanted to use Overpower, but by the time that you ended up finding a use for Overpower, it was already way too late to start training it. Well, good, you give them some gauntlets, you give them a heavy weapon, congratulations, you start off with rank 5 Overpower before even getting started with the skill. So, either way, just one of 100 different things to actually potentially think about, but yeah, it's essentially just like the PSP version in that it has that particular honeymoon period. It just never ruins itself through debuff stacking and a bunch of random, oddly specific mechanics that can go wrong a million different ways. Anyway, hopefully that explains some things. Yeah, that's kind of about that. So that is kind of what OneVision does in less than 5 minutes. Shoot, I got 2 minutes left over. Also, there's gunblades and things, and like a million new weapons that do fun, cool things, and that's pretty darn neato. Anyway, yeah. So see the 100 unique things that OneVision does video for that. That'll be right after this. All right, y'all have yourselves a good one. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. All right, see you then.